Hi, this is Hari Prasad. Today we discuss about UV spectroscopy or ultraviolet visible spectroscopy. Actually, ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, the wavelength range is The wavelength range is 200 to 400 nanometers, ultraviolet radiations. And the visible radiation range is 400 to 800 nanometers. The region of light wavelength is 200 to 800 nanometers of ultraviolet visible spectroscopy. It is also called electronic spectroscopy. Why? Because UV spectroscopy is called electronic spectroscopy because the UV light passed through the substance when the substance of electrons from ground state to excited state is transferred. The gain of energy, the ground state electrons transferred to excited state. That means it is also called electronic spectroscopy. So, which light is passed the substance only to change the electrons. The ground state electrons gain of energy to transfer to excited state. That's why it is also called electronic spectroscopy. So, ultraviolet or visible spectroscopy used to measure the number of conjugation of double bonds and aromatic conjugation with the molecules. Based on the electrons are transferred to ground state to excited state to measure the compounds, but which compounds have a conjugation, double bonds and aromatic conjugation molecules. Based on the electrons transfer, different types of compounds or samples to determine in UV visible spectroscopy. So, in this process, it involves the promotion of electrons, from HOMO to LUMO, where HOMO means higher occupied molecular orbitals, where LUMO means lower unoccupied molecular orbitals. The electrons from HOMO to LUMO. HOMO means higher occupied molecular orbitals. LUMO means lower occupied molecular orbitals. That means higher occupied orbitals to contain electrons. Which electrons transfer from HOMO to LUMO. LUMO means lower unoccupied electrons orbitals. So, the HOMO and LUMO gap decrease as the conjugation increases. In case the molecule's conjugation is increased, the gap of between HOMO and LUMO gap is decreases. The ultraviolet region corresponding to 400 to 200 nanometers and visible region to 800 to 400 nanometers, already discussed. UV visible spectroscopy based on Beer-Lambert's law process. The UV visible spectroscopy working based on the Beer-Lambert's law process. What is the Beer-Lambert's law? Beer-Lambert's law means the intensity of light or monochromatic light, electromagnetic radiations pass through these samples, the intensity of light decreases while the increase the path length or thickness of the samples and increase the concentration of sample. That is called Beer-Lambert's law. It is discussed in the class. Next, how to process or how to work UV visible spectroscopy. The electronic spectroscopy is also called UV visible spectroscopy. When molecule is getting excited by the absorption of electromagnetic radiations. When the electromagnetic radiations pass into sample, okay, in visible region, then its electrons are promoted. Electrons are promoted to ground state to excited state from bonding orbital to anti-bonding orbitals. Which electrons transfer based on the presence of the electrons, presence of the bond electrons. There are also again into four types. So actually electrons are promoted from ground state to excited state, then to produce a spectrum of the sample. So based on the transfer of the electrons to produce a spectrum, to obtain the spectrum, there is called UV visible spectroscopy. So, UV visible spectroscopy is also called electronic spectroscopy. Types of electron transition, where four types of electron mainly transfer from ground state to excited state. The first is sigma to sigma star transition. The sigma to sigma star transition is required more amount of energy. Because the sigma to sigma star transition gap is very high gap. So we require more amount of energy. The transfer of electrons from bonding sigma orbital to anti-bonding sigma orbitals is respected by the sigma to sigma star transition. Which compounds to transfer of the electrons sigma to sigma star transition? There is alkenes, saturated compounds, some saturated compounds together with sigma bonds. All saturated compounds have a sigma bonds, cannot presence of the pi bonds. In case the molecules are to contain pi bond, there is called unsaturated compounds. That's why the saturated compound to contains only sigma bond. That's why the light is passed, it only the sigma electrons is passed, but the sigma bond is very strong. That's why the electrons are breaking from sigma bond. That's why it is very required high amount of energy. So the next transition is N2 pi star and N2 sigma star transition. So both are the equal amount of energy is required. The transition from non-bonding, where N means non-bonding molecular orbitals, to anti-bonding sigma orbitals or anti-bonding pi electrons, where non-bonding electrons transfer to sigma star and pi star. There is the another transitions are expected by N2 N2. The transition expected, this transition required less energy than sigma to sigma star transition. This transition is required less amount compared with the sigma to sigma star transition. Which compounds are transferred to N2 pi star and N2 sigma star transition? There is alkyl halides, aldehydes, ketones, and some extra compounds, Next, pi to pi star transition. Pi to pi star transition. This type of transition generally show in the unsaturated molecules. Because pi to pi star transition is easily transfer from electrons pi bond to anti-pi bonding orbitals. So less amount of energy is required to easily excited from pi to pi star transition, Which compound is unsaturated? For example, alkenes, alkynes, aromatics compound, carbonyl compounds, and etc. This transition is required less energy is compared to the N to pi star transitions. The next, this is the transition of the electrons. Actually, the more high energy is required is sigma to sigma star transition. The more energy is required, sigma to sigma star transition. Next, non-bonding electrons to pi star sigma star transition. This is the next energy, high energy is required. The next, pi to pi star transition. The last is N to pi star transitions. Okay, both are the same energies and also both are the same energies. That is not enough. So mainly the electron transition is mainly 4 transition. More energy is required transition is sigma to sigma star transition. The next N to sigma star transition. The next less amount of energy is required pi to pi star transition. The last very small amount of energy is required, easily transferred to N to pi star transition. There is the mainly 4 types of electron transition by the use of UV visible spectroscope. Where is the sigma to sigma star transition? Okay, have required more energies. Next, both are the equal energies required. Okay, next, very less energy is required, pi to pi star or N to pi star. The last is N to pi star. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the more amount of energy required compared to the first transition is more amount of energy is required. Next, UV visible spectroscopy instrumentation. Actually, these instrumentations to detect the sample spectrum. How to detect? By the explain the transition of the electrons. UV visible spectroscopy only to change the electrons in a samples. That's why it is called electronic spectroscopy. For example, source. First is the source. Where source is like a tungsten element or some light source materials. Bulb, tungsten bulb, different types of bulbs are to produce lights. Okay, source are to release the light, but which light is cannot pass into one direction. It pass into different directions of light pass into source of light. The different directions of lights pass into first monochromators, where the monochromator, the all direction of lights is captured and only to pass into single directions. The monochromatic function is different wavelength of lights, different directions of lights captured and release the monochromatic light or single direction light. The single direction light pass into beam splitter or slutter, pass into beam splitter, where the light is split into 2 half waves, 2 half lights. There is the 1, 2 waves split into of, okay, the first of light pass into reference cell, where the reference cell to contains only solvent, cannot present any compound of solutions. The second sample is the main sample. It is the main sample. It contains solution of compound. It contains solution of compound. It contains solution of compounds. So the half light is passed into main compound. Remaining half light is passed into reference cell, but where only solvent presence, cannot present any compound. Okay. So after release the reference cell, the light is pass into photodetector. Pass into photodetector. At the same time, after absorption of sample, the light is passed into photodetector. The releasing light is where P, where the releasing light is where P naught. But what is the difference between P naught and P? Where P naught is equal to half wave light. Both are the equal, because where cannot absorption of light. Why? Because it cannot presence of any compound. It is only to presence of solvent. That means it cannot any ions. But the main sample is to contains compound of solution. It contains different types of electrons, different types of ions. So that's why some intensity of radiation of light or some intensity of light is absorption. The remaining light is released. So that's why the intensity of light is decreased. Okay, before the sample, after the sample. So where the light is decreased. So both compared to both, where high intensity light present, but where low intensity of light is present, because where some amount of intensity of radiation is decreased by the absorption of sample. Next, the remaining light, decreased intensity of light is passed into amplifier to produce spectrum in a recorder, to produce spectrum. This spectrum, based on this spectrum, the sample characters, quality, quantity is determined. This is the UV visible spectroscopy instrumentation. The design of the UV visible spectroscopy, two designs. One is single beam design and a double beam design. But both are function is same function, but construction process is small difference. This is the instrumentation of the UV visible spectroscopy. It contains light source, monochromator, single and reference cell, detector and a recorder. Light source means which is release the light, that is called light source of like electromagnetic, different types of materials to produce light, like a bulb, tube lights and a lamp, tungsten lamp, different types of materials to produce light. That is the light source. Monochromator, which one function present. The function is different waves of lights, different directions of lights to convert it to single wave of directions. Sample and reference sample in a spectroscopy. Sample, reference sample, detector are present, which contains compound, cannot presence of any compound. So to pass into both both samples, to pass into light, where the sample to decrease the intensity of radiation, but cannot change the radiations, or very small changes. That's why more decrease the intensity of radiation in a sample, less decrease the intensity of radiation. Next, to pass into light in a detector, to produce spectrum in a recorder or computer, where there is printed or images are seen in computers. This is the instrumentation of. Okay, applications of UV visible spectroscopy or spectrometer. the first is qualitative analysis, the second is quantitative analysis. UV visible spectroscopy to determine quality and quantity. So quantity means which chemicals or which compounds, which functional group present, how many functional groups present, okay, based on the molecular weight of the substance or based on the presence of the functional group. To determine quantitative analysis, but qualitative analysis means based on the presence of the substance, the compound quality is determined. So identification of functional groups, different functional groups are to increase the quality, some functional groups to decrease the quality. So identification of functional groups and their structures of molecules containing unsaturated bonds or pi electrons. Next, quantitative analysis. Ultraviolet absorption is used to routinely for the quantitative determination of the unsaturated compounds. The compound quantity is also determined. Next is extension of the conjugation. The conjugation lower the energy required for pi to pi star transition. The greater the extension of conjugation, the longer is the absorption of wavelength. So, lower energy required to easily pass pi to pi star transition, but more energy is required to pass off electrons sigma to sigma star transitions. Next, determination of the geometrical isomers. So, geometrical isomers means the same functional groups, so same structures are present, but frequency or structural arrangement is different. The structural arrangement, based on the structural arrangement, is also to change the properties of compound. So, same compound present, same structure is present, but frequency, functional group position is different. Different functional groups, same functional groups, different positions created in a same molecules to change the properties of substance. So, an effective pi to pi star transition takes place when the molecules is co-planar. The steric stride in cis isomers prevents co-planarity. The cis isomers absorb in a shorter wavelength when compared to the trans isomers. A shorter wavelength to determine the trans isomers, but cis isomer to require more amount of energy and pass of the electrons from ground state to excited state, and also identification of the unknown compound. So UV spectroscopy, in case the sample cannot cannot identify, the sample is placed in the UV visible spectroscopy and pass of electrons and pass of light. The electrons is transferred to ground state to excited state, then to find out characters, quantity or quality of the substance based on the presence of the functional group. Spectrum is produced based on the functional group, the compound is determined.